Hello everyone, you're welcome to the Energy Compass podcast, where we explore Nigeria's energy sector from power to oil and gas and how it connects to the global energy transition. I'm your host, Miracle Oluwafemi. Thank you all for joining in. Today we have with us a very important person and guest, and I would say a friend, I hope I am, who I'm privileged to have here today, Mr. Aruoture Akpofure.
Akpofure.
Okay, Aruoture Akpofure.
Yes.
I'm really sorry about that.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
I'm not a friend.
Thank you for having me. It's okay. It's okay.
It's not a friend. Oh, sorry.
We'll get it.
Aruoture
Akpofure. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir, for coming here today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Mr. Ture, like I like to call him, is a lawyer, a dispute resolution specialist, and policy expert, dedicated to making a change through proper policy implementation. His enthusiasm for policy and its effects on the lives of citizens of Nigeria has led him to serve as the communication lead at the Policy Roundtable. Oh, how nice. He obtained his LLB from Benson Delta University, Benin City, Nigeria. Aruoture has been licensed to practice law in Nigeria for nearly a decade. As the managing partner of Warrant Partners, an innovative law firm in Abuja, Nigeria, he leads a team of lawyers who provide expert legal representation, regulatory and advisory services in licensing, enforcement and compliance, energy law, oil and gas sector, commercial law, dispute resolution, probate and real estate sector. Mr. Ture's astuteness in criminal and civil litigation representation has earned him the position of lead litigator and dispute resolution specialist at the firm. Thank you so much, sir, for being here.
Thank you very much for having me. I must say you did a very, very good research on me. So yeah, that's a good one. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much. Today we are going to be discussing on a very important topic. Well, I'm going back to the basics, as you know what Energy Compass is about. Today we are going to be talking about behind the switch, how electricity works in Nigeria. We're going to be diving straight into the first question. Most people in Nigeria, we just know when we hear power, we just think of electricity bills, for those that are under the estimated billing or for those that have to pay, meter units and all of that. But however, how would you describe the power sector value chain to someone who only thinks of electricity bills in Nigeria?
Okay, so interestingly, right, when end users, or let's say the laymen in the electricity sector, hear about the electricity sector, I wouldn't really blame them. Their mind actually goes to billing. But I mean, it cuts way more and across that now. So in my opinion, right, I would actually say that for the electricity chain, the billing is usually the last.
Right.
So it cuts across generation, transmission, distribution, supply, and then billing.
Right.
So if I was to break that down for anybody, I'll tell you that, okay, this should legit be the hierarchy at which you need to understand the supply chain, so that it starts from before it gets to you, before it becomes billing, it had gone through the process of generation, transmission, distribution, supply, and then billing. Okay,
so great.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Okay, let's talk about generation. This generation, exactly, where does it start from? I believe there are different sources that we generate electricity from in Nigeria, and can we also know the one that we rely on the most and the players in that sector? Can you tell us a bit about it?
Okay, so now generation of electricity is in Nigeria, it's actually, it's very broad. Now, this is where there's an acronym where they call GENCOs, which means generation companies. Right. So at this point, these are, key players who come in to generate electricity. Right. So GENCOs are the generators. Right. They are the ones who have the sole role to generate electricity before it gets to the end users. Right. So there are different, GENCOs that exist in Nigeria. So you have the Kainji, you have the Afam, you have the Egbin, so you have Shiroro. So you have all of these players who come in to say, okay, this our sole aim is to generate electricity, which is usually the first chain. Right. So theirs is to, generate this electricity via different sources. So
sources?
it can either be through hydro, it can either be through wind, gas, you know, thermal, coal, what have you. So solar. So all of these things are, you know, source of energy generation. So that's what the generating system is like. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
So I believe once electricity is generated, right, it has to be moved across from one point to another point of network, because it can't just stay there, and it has to. There's a chain.
That's very correct.
Right. Yes. So how is it moved across the country? I believe this is what we call the transmission system, but I will let you, the expert, tell us more about that.
Okay. So
okay. Sorry to cut you short. And what exactly is this? I know you're going to touch on this, but let me just add that so that you can just answer it all at once, so that we can, you know. And what exactly is this national grid in this transmission system?
Okay. So one is for the generator, right? And then there are high voltage lines, right? Which this electricity run through. Now these high voltage lines are the transmission system.
Okay.
So we now have a body called TCN,
right?
Transmission Company of Nigeria. They are the people that regulates the transmission system.
Right.
So electricity is being generated by the GENCOs and being transported to the end users through the transmission lines,
right,
under those high voltage lines. Do not forget that the reason why they use these high voltage lines is because electricity leaks. So the only way to maintain that leakage, to make it go further and also reduce the loss, is to go through these high voltage lines. So the transmission company, which is only one in Nigeria, which is the TCN, are responsible for the transmission. Now, you made mention of the national grid.
Popular national grid.
Yes. So this national grid here, Nigerians have a belief that national grid is one building.
I was going to touch on that. Thank you. Yes.
That it is one building or one kind of, you know, structure. But I'm here to say that the national grid is a network, first and foremost, right? It is a network that is a complex network, let's put it like that. It's interconnected with, you know, these high voltage lines, substations, transformers, control system, you know, all of this is what forms the national grid.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense, yeah.
So to say, the national grid is almost invincible, let's put it, because people need to understand that this is a network. It's not just something that you just sit down and say.
Yes.
So all of this forms the system.
Exactly.
They are all connected.
Yes.
Right? So that is what forms that word, the national grid.
Okay.
So it is a complex, or rather comprehensive, interconnected system of the high voltage lines, substations, transformers, control systems. And here too, that's where you have the National Control Center too as well.
Okay.
The NCC, right?
Okay, that makes sense.
So these are the people that, you know, regulate the capacity of what is being generated and what is being demanded. So that's where this player comes in, this NCC.
Okay.
Right. So they are the ones that, you know, determine, control, and say, okay, this level of electricity and this. So
thank you so much.
That's what the national grid is.
For clearing up that myth.
Yes.
The national grid is not a place or a facility.
Yeah.
It's a connection of different, you know, networks. Yes. Okay, so we often hear about the phrase grid collapse. I mean, in the past how many years now? Let me say, recently we're hearing it a lot. You just see a notification, national grid don't collapse, so you understand. And people don't know exactly what that means. Maybe, I mean, the layman might think, okay, the building something has fallen down, or, you know. So can you tell us technically and simply, of course, this energy compass here, why that happens and why does it happen so frequently in Nigeria?
Okay, so national grid collapse is a term now, very common to Nigerians because of how sometimes these things happen. But I mean, it's not rocket science. So the beauty about it is this. Like I told you, it's an interconnected system. So what happens to one happens to all.
Right, that makes sense.
If there is an issue from one, it can shut down the whole system. If there's low generation, it's like a fuse box. The national grid is like a fuse box. That if there's something that is not sitting, if there's too much pressure, right, it can either shut it down or collapse the whole system. Do not forget that all of these things, like I said, it's connected to each other. There needs to be coordination, right? So if there's a poor coordination in the system, let's say the generation is low, or even the generation when it's being low, it's high, the substations cannot step it down or anything. All of these things, a glitch in one can lead to the collapse of the national grid. So most times when you hear that the national grid has collapsed, it's not literally, it's not as it is.
Yes.
It can be from one of these key players, right? A glitch on their system will lead to either the pressure is too high, or it can be as little as the weak infrastructures as well. So some of all of these things are
reasons why that happens.
That's what happens. So before you know, they'll come and say the national grid has collapsed.
Okay, thank you. So I guess I believe, right, from how electricity gets from a transmission network now to another network. So can you briefly tell us how that happens, how we get from the transmission network to homes and businesses? Is there a body that is in charge of this? What are their rules? What are their responsibilities? And what do we popularly know them as in Nigeria?
Okay. So, like I said, all of these things is a chain reaction. So, it goes from generation to transmission. Then, before it gets to we, the end users, there are people who, who are responsible. And those people are called the distribution companies, popularly known as
the GENCOs.
The GENCOs.
Yes.
And then we have several distribution companies in Nigeria. So let's take this part of the country where we're in Abuja. So we have the Abuja GENCO,
AEDC,
which is AEDC. So the transmission company, sends all of these through their lines to the distribution company, right? Their substations or whatever structure it is that they have on ground. So it's all of those people that, receives this electricity, and then will not be able to distribute it to, end users like you and I. So it now take us back to the national grid. So if from the generation there is problem, why don't you think it will affect the distribution? So they are all connected together. Did you get? So there is a sync between all of them. So they need to keep playing with each other. Yes.
So those people that used to go to AEDC's office to go and beat up their staff, they don't really know what they are doing.
Yes. Most of them act as a result of ignorance. So you cannot just come and blame AEDC that all of these things, why is this happening? AEDC is not, they are not just on their own.
It's an interconnected network.
It's an interconnected network. So if you beat AEDC, be ready to go and beat the GENCOs or
those are the big boys.
Exactly. So those are the people that are responsible for this light that we're seeing now.
Yes.
So the GENCOs are the ones that now end up supplying
distributing to the end users.
Or rather distribute to the end users, you and I. That's how we're able to get this, light that we see in our homes today.
Thank you so much for that. Now we're moving on to billing, which is what almost everybody in Nigeria is, conversant with. Electricity billing. For some, they are, there's this estimated billing. For others, is the prepaid meter units and all of that. So, how is electricity billed in Nigeria? I know recently, not really recently, but the past 2 years, they brought up the service-based tariff, band
SBT.
yes, and all of that. So, can you briefly address that? How does that happen?
Okay, so now with the coming of the new Electricity Act too, and this new service-based tariff, this SBT, right? Let's use Abuja to as a case study now. So we now have band A, band B, band C, band D, right?
Yes.
So, like I said, all of these are the different tariffs, right? Now, so it goes to say that you are being billed according to the hours of electricity that you get. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
So if you're on band A, you are able to get lights from 20 hours and above. If you're on band B, you are getting 16 hours to 20 hours. If you're on band C, you're getting 12 to 15 hours, and then band D. So all of these bands just simply means that this is the amount of light you get, the time, and so you don't expect that who is on band A will be paying the same thing as
those on band B.
Those are on band B, because the consumption for band A is different from the consumption of band B.
Sure.
So all of these things now are being, these tariff systems now are being set up by, the distribution companies as well.
Right.
In conjunction with NERC too. NERC being their regulator. Exactly. So all of these, like I said, all of these key players, the sector we have in Nigeria, everybody must work together. Because if we don't, we won't get it right.
Right.
So everybody just needs to
digress a little, because of the increase of the band A tariffs, some Nigerians have now gotten into this whole method of, trying to bypass electricity and all of that. Maybe now talk about electricity theft and, bypassing meter. I believe the Electricity Act 2023
of course
has brought up new, provisions as regards that. Can you kindly enlighten us on that?
So the new Electricity Act, right, has come to criminalize illegalities in the power sector. So now it's a criminal act for you to bypass meters, because these people need money to run their systems.
Exactly.
So you trying to bypass all of these things, electricity theft, vandalizing all of these things, you are costing a lot of money on these people. So the new act has now come to say, you know what, we're not going to criminalize these things. If you steal, or you bypass, or you damage these things, there are fines in some cases. There is even jail sentence too in some cases too.
Yes.
So Nigerians just need to be aware that it's not just about you now going to bypass and say you are beating the system because of this. It goes beyond that now. There are consequences that have been in place currently to say, you know what, if you do A, this is what will happen. If you do B, this is what will happen. So the sanctions goes beyond just fines now. Jail sentence is now amongst it in the act. So I mean, we thank God for the wisdom of the players that says, okay, you know what, let us put this under the new Electricity Act. So it's a very good input in the Electricity Act. So.
Thank you. So, we've talked about GENCOs now. We've talked about CCN. We've talked about DISCOs. I'm very sure that in between all of that, there are still, systems, bodies, establishment that keep the electricity market running. Can you address those established bodies, and institutions that are inside of the market that could be regulators, it could be operators? Can you enlighten us on that?
Okay, so they are players, all of these players who we also regard as stakeholders. Here you now have NBET, which are the bulk traders who buy electricity in bulk from the generator and then sell to the discos. So NBET is there, right? We also have NERC.
Yes,
like the way we have, you know, the CBN,
right,
that regulates the banks,
the financial market and all of that.
Financial market. NERC there, which is Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, is one of the key players. They are the ones that regulate the value chain, the value system. So all of these things are, you know, being regulated. You know, also have the IPPs too. You have the market operators as well. So all of these people, you know, the IPPs are independent power producers, you get. So all of these are players in the sector, right, that cut across the value chain as well. So
okay. Oh, thank you so much for this enlightening discussion. It's been a pleasure having this discussion with you.
Thank you very much.
So now we've broken down the electricity markets and the system and how it works in Nigeria. But I believe it took a while before we got here.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know, we've gone through a lot of reforms. I mean, the privatization. Well, can you take us, like, you know, before privatization in 2013, how was the market like? I believe it was a mess. Because, you know...
Okay, so, I mean, before privatization, right, we had this popular NEPA, right? When you're up NEPA,
yes.
So these were the players before, you know, what we have now.
Yes.
So the Power Holding Company of Nigeria, PHCN.
Yes.
So these were the people who were embodied with this. Now, mind you, before this time, the generation, distribution, transmission, they were all under
NEPA.
Yes, they were all under NEPA.
A mess because they would have been able to.
They were not attracting investors.
Right.
There was poor management. The tariffs were bad. All of those things, right?
Yes.
So that now said, be that as it may, you know, when the privatization came up, right?
Yes.
They now had to break all of these things.
Yeah. So
right. Okay. So the only one that now remains with the government now is the transmission company, right? They have to bring in private players. So we now have private players who are in charge of, you know, the generation and then the distribution arm. So what did this do, right? It changed the market structure.
Right.
Those are the changes of this privatization, right? The market structure.
Right.
Bringing in these people, the market structure changed. There was not proper regulatory oversight,
which was very needed,
which was, you know, lacking in that time.
Yes.
More investments are also coming. More opportunities are coming in too as well. But I mean, the system is not where it ought to be.
It's going to ask you that.
Yes, it's still a going concern.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
it's still, you know, I will not say that we are stable, but I will tell you that it was better than before.
Okay.
You know, so we still have a lot to do in the power sector. Okay. So we still have much to do, but I can tell you that one of the best things that has also happened was, you know, taking a seismic shift from where it was before to what it is now, because now it has brought in different players. You now have the IPPs. Different players can now come into the system other than what it was before. So it's a very, very, you know,
it's a good one.
Yes.
Okay. So in your opinion, I mean, can you just tell us what recommendations would you give to solve the current, you know, problems or situations that we are currently facing in the power sector? What do you think we need the most right now? Okay,
so the power sector is a very...
Just put you in a very deep...
Yes, you did. Now there's corruption eating us. Right? There's corruption eating us in the system, right? That needs to be tackled. We have weak and poor infrastructures. That needs to be tackled. We have low generation. In other spheres, I can tell you, like Egypt, I can tell you that, they've generated so much electricity that they don't even know what to do with it.
How? Are you serious?
Of course.
That's interesting.
But now in Nigeria, if you generate such electricity, where is it going to pass?
Yeah.
Because you put this into the system and then you shut down the system because you know why? We have poor infrastructures. There's low generation, right? And we need to attract investments.
The major, especially at the distribution level. Okay.
We need to attract investments, right? And so when we do, we set up our house properly, you will see that the thing of electricity will be in the past in Nigeria.
And we hope we can live to see that.
Oh, yes. We hope that in our time there will be change. I mean, the change starts from you and I too. So we, like I said, we are all stakeholders in this system. You and I are stakeholders.
Right.
Every Nigerian is a stakeholder. So everybody needs to know that they play a role in this.
Exactly.
So as close to putting off your light when you leave your house.
Energy efficiency.
You are playing a role in this. Do not forget that, in the electricity sector, electricity is, it's a mix of both worlds in the sense that, but like I said, there must be coordination.
Right.
So one will ask, in this country, is it that you generate electricity every day? But the thing is, it's as good as me saying yes, and it's as good as me saying no. We have base load plants, we have peaking plants. Those base load plants, you cannot shut them off and shut them on as you like.
True.
Unlike the peaking plants, right? So, like I said, you will generate as much as the demand is. So we just need to know that you don't expect in the mornings or in the afternoons right? The generation of electricity in the morning, the demand for it, and the demand in the afternoon and demand in the evening, they are two different things. So in the afternoon, people are running their ACs, people are in offices, there's sun. The consumption is different. So once the demand is high, you need to also generate properly.
Right.
So like I said, all of these things, right? Our poor infrastructures rather, corruption, are what is really eating, wrong investments that we're also making. We keep hearing how much the government is putting into this system to upgrade the system. These upgrades are never coming to an end. The more they say they're upgrading, the more we're still having this, this collapse.
Thank you.
So I feel like, with the coming of the new Electricity Act, there will be a change.
Changes in it.
In the market. I mean, states can now embrace
very important. This new implementation.
These new implementations to say, okay, let's leave this national grid. Let's do our thing.
And attract investment. So very important.
That is it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ture. As we're wrapping up, this is the Energy Compass. So if we're to guide someone that is just starting up in the industry or trying to navigate the energy space, briefly tell us, what would you tell them? What would be your advice to them?
Okay, so first of all, I will tell you to understand the system.
All right.
You must understand the system.
That's what we are doing here.
Yes. If you don't understand the system, you won't be able to go far.
Okay.
When you understand the system, you must now move with the trend. One is understanding the system. Two is moving with the trend. Because each time, different things are coming up. The acts that we have now is not what we had in 2018 or 2019.
2022.
Or even 2022.
Yeah.
So there's a new act too. You understand the system, you move with the system, and then I would not fail to say this, partnership and collaboration is the major fulcrum of this. So anybody I would tell is, understand the system, move with the system. When you understand it, you move with it. You now know that the system is not just only about understanding it. There's a trend, there's a movement. So you move with the trend.